Greetings, I'm Dave Gilmore, and this is Design Intelligence. Heraclitus said, "The only constant is change," and he also said, "No man steps into the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man." Change never ceases. It never stops occurring. Effective leaders understand this most basic truth. When we settle into a status quo of deceiving ourselves, when we allow either complacency, stupidity, or fears to convince us that change is not occurring, that everything remains the same, that what does change only does so periodically and gradually, well, then we've become the fool. There's nothing in the physical world immune from change. Everything is changing everywhere all the time and all at once. Like a rushing, turbulent river spilling through a mountainous pass, splashing against rocks and carrying away trees, and never standing still, so goes the change of all things. Cultures distant and near are in a constant state of flux. The people and personalities that comprise any given culture are nothing less than a mishmash of changing emotions, attitudes, priorities, preferences, and proclivities. And each day these people enter the contained context of your organization. Paraphrasing Heraclitus, no one enters the same company twice, for it's not the same company, and they're not the same people. As leaders, how do you effectively and successfully lead in this never-ending context of change? Might I suggest that it begins with daily reaffirming the unchanging nature of your leadership values. Leadership values are relevant and applicable regardless of what's changing. Such values might include acceptance, generosity, and empathy. Bringing an open posture of acceptance to daily leadership might translate as accepting people as they are and allowing such acceptance the time necessary to positively impact others. Generosity of spirit is another leadership value that I found to be essential to sustainably successful leadership. When we are more postured to give rather than take, we attract people, and in that attraction, people are more apt to be positively influenced towards transformative thinking, speaking, and behavior. Every leader should strive to embrace empathy as core to their leadership ethos, identifying with others, where they are, how they are, what they may be going through. This is the magic of empathy that, when paired with acceptance and generosity, can literally alter human life. These values are not changing, one day relevant, the next day of no use. They are constants and ascend above Heraclitus's law of perpetual change. But for an authentic leader to maintain such immutables, they must come to a centered place of self-knowledge and reconcile accordingly. There's a story about a harried executive who seeks out the wisdom of a guru who lives atop a mountain. He comes to the guru and, in a blather of emotional disruption, explains his inner torment, confusion, and growing ineffectiveness. After some time, the guru gets up, goes into his mountain cave, and emerges with a shallow pan and a pitcher of water. He says to the tormented man, "Watch the water as I pour it into the basin." It splashes, and the surface of the water is a raging storm of confusion and conflict. Nothing can be seen nor recognized in such turbulence. But keep watching. As the pouring stops, the surface of the water modulates from side to side until finally it's still. He says to the man, "Now look directly over the top of the basin. But what do you see?" The executive says, "I see myself." So the guru says, "You must quiet yourself long enough to once again see yourself. Only then will you rediscover the leader you desire to be." What kind of leader are you? Until next time, I'm Dave Gilmore, and this is Design Intelligence.